Hello and welcome to this month's sales tip, the sales tip for December 2018. And this month you find me in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, at the base, right now at least, of the iconic Petronas Towers, which between 1998 and 2004 was the tallest building in the world, and today it still retains the title of the tallest twin towers in the world. To give you some perspective, right up there you've got the 88th floor plus the spires, of course, and a little bit further down the sky bridge there, that rests between the 41st and 42nd floor. So the question is, what is it about the twin towers that's given me inspiration for this month's sales tip? Is it the sky bridge there, which, believe it or not, that's not actually attached to the building? It's free to slide, and the logic behind that is when there are high winds, the building moves several feet, and if it was attached hard to the building, it would simply shear off in those kind of conditions. So has that provided the inspiration for this month's tip? No. Or perhaps it's being inspired by the incredible views you get from the observation platform on the 86th floor, and of course the views that you get of the other of the twin towers, which I must admit is a little bit scary from up here, but there we go. Yeah, we could have done something about taking a helicopter view or viewing things from above or something, but no, that's not it either. Well, actually the inspiration has come from this. And yes, I am intentionally filming the ground because the inspiration has come from something that we can't see. And that's the foundations of this building, which are the deepest foundations of any building in the world. There are 106 concrete pillars that go down between 60 and 114 meters. Yeah, that's 60 to 114 meters deep into the ground. And it's this solid foundation that's provided the inspiration for this month's tip. Because in key account management, it's absolutely critical, it's essential that you have strong foundations to the relationship. And I'm talking about the relationship between your organization and their organization. Now, what can happen over time is that we begin to rely on principally just one or two or three or four contacts, and of course there's a lot more than that in the key account. Now, when you limit your contacts to that small number, there is a danger that if one person leaves unexpectedly and somebody else comes in, the relationship can be significantly damaged. Worse still, if somebody new comes in and they're not exactly a sponsor or promoter of your company, yourself, your organization and your proposition, that key account can all too easily become lost. And you know, this was illustrated beautifully by a client that I had a while ago in the UK. When I first met them, the gentleman I met, one of the first things he said was, and bear in mind this is in the UK, he said, Tim, I'm sorry, I've got to call our meeting a little bit short this morning. And I said, okay, that's not a problem, but why is that? And he said, I've got to get down to Heathrow to get a plane to South Africa. I said, okay, is that a holiday or business trip? He said, it's a business trip. I said, okay, I can think of worse places in the world to have to go on business. And he said, well, it's not going to be a very good trip. We are 3 years into a 5-year agreement with our key account in South Africa, and they want to renegotiate the agreement, and I don't quite know what's going on. Which sounded a bit strange to me. So the next time I saw him, I said, how did the trip to South Africa go? He said, not very well. We've just lost 30% of our turnover in South Africa. And what had happened was their principal competitor had actually accessed the key account, caused problems with a lot of the users and influencers, and that is how, even though they hadn't got access to the principal influencer and the decider, that is how they had taken that business away. The foundations that my client had with that account were not deep enough and they weren't strong enough. So here's the tip for those of you involved with key account management for December 2018. In simple terms, make sure your foundations are deep and strong. And by that I mean always look to make further relationships within the key account. The more bonds that you have, the stronger the relationship will be. Make sure that you increase the number of relationships between people within the key account and other people within your own business. Because if it's a key account, there's going to be multiple contacts between the two organisations. The more of these bonds you can put in place and the stronger they are, the more likely you are to retain the key account when it's under attack from your competitors. And don't forget, by definition, your key accounts are going to be the accounts that they are targeting as a priority. There is no space for having shallow, weak foundations. I hope you've enjoyed that. As I say, ironically, you'd think the inspiration for this month's tip would have come from the view or come from the fact that the sky bridge isn't actually linked to the building, but no, foundations. That's what's provided the inspiration for this month's sales tip. And I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed the views. Look forward to seeing you in January.